In the scene where the Special Weapons Dalek blows the gates off the yard of the rebel Dalek hideout, the production team overloaded the props with explosives. As a result, the explosion damage was far greater than what was expected. Immediately after this, and concerned for their Dalek props, the prop team run into shot, much to the anger of director Andrew Morgan. With some creative editing, the in-televised result is a huge explosion without crewing shot. But some unexpected damage to the Dalek props were caused and can be seen on this quite rare unbroadcast footage. You'll probably know this story is set in 1963. However, the exact date in the year is never directly confirmed, although it is strongly suggested. The scrapyard at 76 Totters Lane where the Dalek is trapped is that of Iron Foreman, one of the same where we see the Doctor having parked his TARDIS way back in 1963. However, the name is spelled differently. In 1988 it's missing an E. For such an amazing nod to fans, it's surprising that this error managed to squeeze its way in.
Soon it will be warm. Are you ready for war, Mr. Ratcliffe?
Leading up to the transmission of this story, there was much excitement as to the likely return of Davros. Not only did John Nathan Turner do an immense job of keeping this return quiet, but went further. He and writer Ben Aronovich delivered an almost perfect misdirection by suggesting within the story that the Dalek battle computer was in fact Davros. John Leeson provided the voice for the battle computer, and previously K9, and was asked to make it very Davros-like.
But my enemies have found your man.
So when the final reveal was made, it directly contributed towards two twists. This was not Davros at all, but a child. In fact, a child that we'd already seen in the episode a number of times. The clues were there. And also that Davros was not likely to be in the story at all. But we all know that wasn't the case. Incidentally, the girl has a name despite only being noted as the girl within credits. Her name is Judith Winters. This is suggested by Kate Ormans in her short story Care of the Community, and further by a background prop intended for the 2021 New Who story Survivors of the Flux. This prop detailed the Shoreditch incident in a report, and also included the name of a Judith Winters. This was rather sadly not shown on the final cut. Remembrance of the Daleks was the first story to use the iconic skeleton effect for the Dalek ray gun, an effect that's remained with the Daleks in every subsequent story. The Dalek props were upgraded for this story with the intention to make it easier for them to move on uneven surfaces during location filming. The Dalek props previously used tricycles with hard tyres, however they were replaced with large inflatable balls. Whilst this probably did improve their mobility for the operators, it did have an unexpected side effect. They wobbled noticeably. In the Dalek scene on the staircase into the school, the Dalek voice seems to change between scenes. This is because the two Dalek voice actors, the great Roy Skelton and Brian Miller, provided the voice for the same Dalek.
We must repair the transmat. You will remain here.
And due to some likely post-production issues, this became mixed on the final edit. In the scene with Ace in the bed and breakfast, it does suggest that Doctor Who television programme exists within the Doctor Who universe. But as anyone in the UK will know, 5:15 on a November evening looks like this. Now, this is a wonderful little inclusion that could have been removed to avoid the obvious issues, but it's too good, let's not be bothered by it.